Well, there are a number of celebrities that I would like to have seen offer their voice to the soundtrack. They didn't have the chance to, and I'm sure a lot of celebrities tried to get a song on there and were shut down. But I think definitely they struck gold with this thing, and it's worth your while to actually pick up the movies, pick up the soundtrack, and actually see for yourself if you haven't. You're missing out on something spectacular. It's an emotional film. It's an emotional time for everybody because we just got one film left to go. Only a couple of months out from that one, and you're going to be able to, of course, purchase your tickets online for that one. You're going to be able to do the same thing you were able to do for the past films. It's going to be fun seeing where we go from here. Not only to see where the whole Twilight franchise is taken. I've mentioned the possibility of a game. Probably her writing another book, although she said she's not going to be. I think there needs to be, because fans of this are absolutely crazy. I think we're going to see this probably released in 3D down the road if it hasn't already been released. I know it's been released in IMAX, but I'd like to see something different theatrical released for Twilight, probably another chapter of the film. I think fans of this one need it. I think I speak for every fan that we need another book, or we need to see where the characters go from here. Because there were a lot of confusing endings to a lot of the films, and believe me, I've seen the films in their entirety. Each film runs about an hour 45 minutes to 2 hours. Altogether, with Twilight Breaking Dawn, you're looking at a 3.5-hour film, both from the first part and the second part combined. The first part of Breaking Dawn was only about an hour and 40 minutes, which wasn't too bad, just a little bit shy of 2 hours, 20 minutes off 2 hours. But I think, it's not too long of a film, not too short of a film, enough detail for the first part, leaving it enough to leave you hanging for the second part of the film. And when she opens up her eyes at the end of the first one, you know that the second part is going to leave you hanging for a while until it's released theatrically. But I think we're going to have just as big a turnout for the second one as we did for the first one, shown 12 times. Can you believe it? That's a bit crazy. I can never remember a film being shown 12 times. Probably Titanic was back in the 90s. I think 97, 98 was when that dropped in theaters theatrically, and the line was from the opening of the cinema right to the street. And Alvin and the Chipmunks that I actually went to see there a few months back, the second one and the first one were jam-packed from the entrance of the theater right to the street. So, every once in a while a film like that drops and has tremendous success, and that's why so many sequels are released. I think depending on the success of the first one, that determines if we get a second or a third part. And with all the sequels coming out, we have one for Ghost Rider, we have one called The Avengers, where some of your favorite superheroes return to the big screen, including Thor, the Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, returning for the first time since their original films were released theatrically. With all the sequels we have coming out, there has been a lot of success from the previous installments of the film, so I got to give you guys credit for some of the films we're seeing coming out. Nicolas Cage returning as Ghost Rider to the big screen for the first time in about 3 or 4 years. I am amped for that one. I am really excited about Nicolas Cage's role as Ghost Rider because he did such a great job for Marvel Comics in the original one. I'd love to see a new Spider-Man. There was a rumor that this year, actually in 2012, they were going to drop a fourth Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire was rumored to have signed a short-term contract to do a fourth Spider-Man along with the original cast members, but it hasn't come into fruition yet. It's just a rumor. That's one I'd love to see. Big Miracle is a good one that I'd love to see too. A lot of films theatrically that I'd love to have the chance to see, probably will over the next few months, and you can expect a bunch of reviews to come to our YouTube channel and our Twitter page at HEW Entertainment Jonathan Clarke. When I tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw this one up about Twilight Breaking Dawn's release on Blu-ray and DVD on our Twitter page at HEW Entertainment Jonathan Clarke 1, and I will throw it up on our YouTube channel for review, opinions, and comments at youtube.com Jonathan Clarke 22. Over 470 video archives up there now, and there are also 1,000 fans on Facebook and over 1,500 people we're following for you on Twitter. I'll throw all that up on our Twitter and our Facebook page. Just recently sent out a tweet about the 1000th show. I'll tell you about that before we get out of here. Here's some music for you on the way right now. Thank you for listening to HEW Entertainment Variety Radio. Theory of a Dead Man and The Bitch Came Back. Like what you hear? Tell us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
The bitch came back the very next day. Oh, the bitch came back. Thought she was a goner, but the bitch came back. She couldn't stay away. Don't you know the bitch came back? somehow it's always my fault. She says I must be cheating cause I turned up my phone, but that's the only frickin' way she'll leave me alone. The trouble with girls is it's never enough. They love to complain and they never shut up. They like to tell you the way it ought to be. Go on and tell the world, but just don't tell me. The bitch came back the very next day. Oh, the bitch came back. I thought she was a goner, but the bitch came back. She couldn't stay away. Don't you know the bitch came back? It ain't a joke when I say I wanna throw you out. Look who's laughing now. The bitch came back. The bitch came back. The bitch came back. She just couldn't stay away. Bitch came back the very next day. Oh, the bitch came back. Thought she was a goner, but the bitch came back. She won't stay the fuck away. The bitch came back the very next day. Oh, the bitch came back. I thought she was a goner. The bitch came back. She couldn't stay away. Don't you know the bitch came back the very next day. Oh, the bitch came back. Thought she was a goner, but the bitch came back. She couldn't stay away. Don't you know the bitch came back?
Jonathan Clarke sent out a tweet the other day on our Twitter page about premiering some new music from Nickelback and Lifehouse. That's for our 1000th show. A lot of stuff on our Twitter page, and a lot of people have been tweeting over the last couple of days. Tweets from Victoria Justice, E.T. Online. A lot of wrestlers have been tweeting too over the last number of days on Twitter. I had a lot of fun reading tweets from Victoria Justice and E.T. Online Canada. You know, it's fun reading the news on Twitter because that's a tremendous source for news. And if you haven't signed up for Twitter, head to twitter.com. It takes about a minute to sign up for a Twitter account. Once you've signed up and created an account, you can follow some of your favorite celebrities, chat with your friends, and you can also follow HEW Entertainment Variety Radio, following over 1,500 people right now for you, including some of your favorite celebrities and wrestlers. Just recently started following Chris Mordensky, Tamina Snuka, Cheryl Hickey, and more. Now it's going to be fun. The 1000 show is coming. If you've been listening to the show over the last number of weeks, you've heard the jingles, you've heard the commercials. We are inviting you to join us for the 1000 show and look back at shows 1 through 1000, featuring interviews from Rob Van Dam, Ted DiBiase, Diamond Dallas Page, Michael Porter, Dr. Death, and more. We're going to be premiering some new music from Nickelback and Lifehouse. I'm not going to do it just yet. I'm going to wait till the 1000 show to do that because the songs are absolutely great. I love those songs from Lifehouse and Nickelback. They're called What Is What and Lullaby by Nickelback. I'm sure you've heard these songs before, but I'm not going to play them until the 1000 show. We're going to have audio clips from some of our past interviews, and we're going to be on here for over 6 hours by the time we spend some time talking about our fondest memories, play some of the audio clips, and so on. So keep listening to HEW Entertainment Variety Radio. Just 2 shows to go, inviting you to join the conversation on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. You can also send us some of your favorite memories from HEW Entertainment Variety Radio's past 1000 shows. A website that premiered in August of 1999 and 2012, 13 years. And it is spoken to everybody, had fun doing it. We're going to continue to do it with show 1001 and go right through to potentially show 2000. You know, it's funny, Kenny Dykstra told me in an interview that he was going to have a radio show go to over 2,000 shows and try to top this show. It still remains to be seen, not only by him, by a lot of radio show hosts and columnists out there. I've done over 1,000 shows, written over 225 columns, all archived on our website. And I just recently relaunched the YouTube channel a couple of months back with already over 400 videos on there. A lot of subscribers, over 1,000 fans on Facebook, 1,500 people being followed for you on Twitter. It's been a lot of fun. We're going to be here after show 1,000, go right through to potentially show 2,000. Who knows what number we're going to reach after 1,000, but 1,000 shows for me has created a lot of memories, and I actually just recently wrote a column about the 1,000 shows that I've done, some of my memories, and some of the biggest reasons why I've stayed around as long as I have. It's called Jonathan Clarke Comments on His Past 1,000 Shows. It's a column archived for In This Corner with Jonathan Clarke. It's on our website right now. Make sure you check it out, as the Twilight Breaking Dawn trailer is. If you've seen the trailer, you know that the DVD and Blu-ray drops on February 10th, or 11th, excuse me. February 11th is when this thing drops. And you can pre-order it wherever Blu-ray and DVDs are sold. And it's going to be one of the hottest selling Blu-rays and DVDs of 2012. And we're not even a quarter done with the year yet. So you can imagine how many hot selling DVDs and Blu-rays we're going to have by the time they get out of the theater. They usually come out on DVD and Blu-ray 3 months after they hit the theaters. And the theatrical version is edited and everything for Blu-ray and DVD. We have Ghost Rider, The Avengers, The Woman in the Black Dress. So many great things coming out in 2012. The Big Miracle is another one. We got so much to talk about over the next couple of weeks. We have the presentation of the 6-hour 1,000th show. That's going to be on our YouTube channel after it's produced. And if you've been checking out our Twitter page, videos of The Rock, John Cena, a trailer for ABC Spark is up there, trailer for Breaking Dawn Part 1 and its Blu-ray and DVD releases there. If you haven't seen the trailer, drop by our Twitter page and follow us at HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1. It's going to be an outstanding show. The 1,000th show, we are inviting you to join us for that one. It's going to be awesome. Demi Lovato and Skyscraper is